What's up, guys? So I hope you enjoyed the first video. This is video number 2, and what I'm going to lay out today is not necessarily directed to only those that suffer from depression and anxiety and whatnot. I hope this can be a broader spectrum. I definitely think it can apply to anybody. So I hope that throughout my videos that more people start tuning in that maybe don't suffer necessarily from depression or anxiety or anything else, that can take some of these things that I have learned and some positive reinforcement and just in general, I guess good advice, and apply it to their daily lives and make the world they live in a little better. So what I want to talk about today is reasons, and more specifically, why we do the things that we do. And let me backtrack and tell you about what my life was like whenever I was in high school and maybe even like junior high. So junior high is probably where I really started struggling with my own depression and anxiety, and what I was really a slave to at that time was fitting in and doing all the things that I thought were cool and the things that I thought would get people to like me, and I wore the clothes that I thought were cool. I did the things that I thought were all that stuff, and it was exhausting. Like it's really, I didn't know at the time, obviously, but I really thought that that's what I needed to feel good. So as my life went on, I finally kind of got to where I could choose the things that I wanted to do, and I started dressing and acting more like myself, but it was better, but I still struggled. And for me, I found some hobbies that I thought I liked. I was, and these hobbies that I had were material hobbies. Like fixing up old cars. And here's the problem, though. These hobbies revolved around items and material things. And to me, that wasn't healthy, because material things come and go. And whenever you get a new thing that you maybe have wanted for so long, it's not long after you obtain it that the new wears off and there's a new thing. And that's just a never-ending cycle of disappointment from what I've discovered. So at that point, I found other ways to channel myself that were much healthier. And what those things were, I'll go ahead and lay out, I guess. Like I started doing a lot more physical fitness, and I got into martial arts and stuff like that has really been beneficial for me. And to kind of come full circle, I think the reason it's been so good for me is I think it's multifaceted. Number one, I think physical fitness in general is really good for your brain in any capacity. Whenever I get really deep and low and kind of in my dark places, I really need to go out and have just a really hard killer workout to just kind of reset my brain. Like, I don't know if it cleans me out or what it does, but it really resets me. And that in itself is good. Number two, these were things that I enjoyed for myself. And I like even the material stuff that I did, like with cars and stuff, I think I did it for myself, but at the end of the day, when you go to car shows and stuff like this, you're trying to show these things off to other people, and you're like, if I'm being honest with myself, deep down I was seeking the approval of other people. And I see so much of this. Like, if you get on social media, to any capacity, you'll see so much of this. People, it's a culture that the social media has really driven it. Taking pictures of what you're doing and where you're eating and it's just like, I feel that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I wonder where people's intentions lie. Are they doing it because they want to share their experience with other people? Or are they doing it because they want to check back later and see how many likes they got and see how many comments they got? And guys, I'm not trying to pinpoint anybody, because this is something that it's easy to get caught up in, and I find myself doing it. Whenever I started really deciding that I was going to start making these videos again, I told myself that I wasn't going to care how many times the videos got shared, how many likes they got, how many comments. I wasn't going to care about any of that. My goal was that if I could get out and reach just even one person, because that's what has really gotten me pushed back into doing these videos again, is I told people that I didn't really think it caught on like I'd wanted to, and I've heard so many people say, man, if you helped one person, it was worth it. So that's my goal, I guess, at this point, is to help one person, and if any more than that is a positive. So I guess if I want to wrap this up and keep it short, I want people to, I'm not saying you have to make a drastic life change, but I want you to seek the things that truly make you happy, and don't feel the need to share these things with other people. I mean, unless you want to, but be honest with yourself and see if that's healthy for you, or if that's something that you realize, like, hey, yeah, I am finding myself getting caught in this, because I really think it's detrimental to one's mental state to constantly be trying to see if people are liking or share. Like, again, and I'm gonna pick on social media a little bit, because I feel like that's where a lot of this has come from. So, depression is on the rise, folks, and so is, I have a hard time believing that they're not somewhat correlated. And there's other reasons, but anyway, find something that you can do that truly makes you happy, and you don't need other people's approval. Because again, that's what I've found. The stuff that I'm doing now, people think I'm crazy sometimes. When I'm going to jiu-jitsu and I'm telling people about it, they're like, oh, that's so crazy. Why would you want to do that? And that's what makes me laugh, because a lot of people don't even know I do it, because I don't share a lot about it. I like to talk about it if someone is curious, but I'm not seeking that approval on Facebook and Instagram and what have you. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. As always, be good to each other, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.